Hi, I'm Pork and this is Pursuit of Meaning and I'm an amateur watch collector.
Hi, and I'm Ricardo, and I'm also a very amateur watch collector.
The first watch we're going to look at is the Swatch Pago. It looks almost playful, like a piece of wearable 1980s design, but it also connects to a fascinating moment in Swiss watchmaking, helping to bring fun, affordable, collectible watches back to the conversation. When I see this one, I wonder if it connects to your childhood, or have you had this since 1986 or what?
I was 11 years old. My dad was traveling. I don't know where he came from, but he brought me this watch. It was my first watch, 1986, I believe. So, yeah, I was 11. It was a long time ago. And actually, I had many other swatches, but I kept on losing them. This one, which was the first, I kept it. I don't know why. Original box, everything. So, and still working in perfect
Wow,
condition.
this is amazing.
And it's actually a very nice dial. If you know, it resemble like Mondrian design, and it's very summer, design. I sometimes I still wear it, not very often to be honest, but I keep it, as a memory of those days.
Yeah, I've never seen you wearing this watch, but every watch collector uh, that you listen to or hear about, they often have, a watch that introduced them
Mm.
into the hobby, and
Mm.
it's often like a family member, an uncle or a father that comes. But it's amazing that you kept this watch because, like, I've had loads of Casios as a kid as well. They're all long gone, you know. And interestingly, I actually looked up this watch, and these watches, but I think even this particular one, are being sold for almost €200 now.
Well, yeah, probably, but I'm gonna keep it. It's gonna go for my kids, and that's it.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, and we'll show you this watch in detail, but it's absolutely beautiful. And the strap as well is very luminescent. Is that a new strap?
No, it's a new strap. It's a replacement. So the strap was totally shattered.
Ah,
It's
of
like it's
course.
rubbery strap.
Just
It's just
falls
like,
apart.
yeah, it falls
But the
apart.
important part, the watch is still here. And I love that beautiful detail of the second hand. I love second hands that are colored. Like my first Seiko that I bought has that red uh, colored hand, and it just gives it a pop of color that I absolutely love. That's that. The next watch I think is amazing. It's the Vostok
Vos-
Komandirskie,
Vostok
Vostok
Komandirskie, which means like
Komandirskie.
the, for general or general. So it's military. It's like
Yeah,
it's a military word. It's beautiful in its brutalism, I think. It reminds me a little bit of constructivism design, the numbers, the disposition of the dial. But the whole design of the watch, I find it astonishing. The only thing that I regret about this watch is, well, not it's not regret, but it's just too big for my wrist.
you think so?
So yeah, I think so. Yeah, that's the only thing that sometimes I feel when I wear it. But it's absolutely, and everybody makes comments on it because it's lovely. It was my first automatic watch.
This is
This
your
one,
first automatic watch,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
Well, I think it's beautiful, and one thing that immediately caught my eye was that yeah, it has this kind of brutalist aesthetic, and but it's beautiful. And now, in case anyone's wondering, Ricardo's actually an architect, hence the brutalist
Constructivism and all of
constructivism
that.
and all of that.
Strap is not original.
Strap is beautiful, by the way.
Yeah,
It's a rubber
the,
strap.
the the strap was metallic, and I really didn't like it, so I swapped it by that one.
I don't think I was saying this before that a strap can really kind of make or break a watch.
Yeah,
You know, I recently bought a new strap
absolutely.
for one of my watches, and it just elevates it. Um, yeah, but that's a beautiful watch, I think. And what's the water resistance on this?
I'm not sure, but I think it's 200 meters.
Yeah, it's about 200 meters, I'd say. Absolutely beautiful, and it's got the domed crystal as well. That looks like it's acrylic, which is fine, probably more shatterproof and
It is acrylic, yeah.
yeah, but it hasn't got a scratch on it. It's just it's completely spotless.
It's actually a very cheap watch.
Really,
It's very cheap, yeah.
but it looks so well. I know it's supposed to be like a tool-like because with the Soviet era sort of watches, they were made to be utilitarian first.
Correct.
But this still looks beautiful to me.
Yeah. They have so many models, and it's actually difficult to choose. That's why it's become like a cult in some ways. The Vostok brand, you have so much to choose from, and because they are cheap, people actually buy them quite often, and it's difficult to get only one.
Yeah.
For now, I only have one.
Yeah, I see it. It's big. It has presents on the wrist. I have a small 6.5 inch wrist. I mean, dive watches have presents. They kind of come big. That's the way it is.
Yeah.
I bought a dive watch. I bought a smaller dive watch, 37 millimeter SSK 0023, and it looks a bit dinky. I'm kind of like, I don't know. I think at 40 millimeter might work better. So, and I sold my 44 millimeter Duro for this one.
Oh, yeah, I remember that one.
Yeah.
Now, just one thing on that Vostok.
Yes.
Actually, it was because of a Wes Anderson movie that I started to look into Vostok. There's Steve Zissou, Aquatic Life. I can't remember exactly the name of the movie,
Yes.
but it's with Bill Murray. And he is wearing a watch, and it became very famous, the scene where he's wearing the Vostok. There are other movies where these Vostoks have been appearing. So that's what introduced me to the Vostok brand. But once you dive into the Vostok, there's so many models to look at and to choose from. I ended up with this one, which wasn't, the initial one that I had in my mind. But when I saw this one,
It's beautiful.
I have to get it.
If you don't want it, come to me first. No, I think it's beautiful. They've
I'm
loads of
gonna keep
character.
that one. Yeah.
I was, you can go down a rabbit hole with certain watches, and you can find so many different iterations that can fit your personality so well. And so the next one is the Casio Edifice. The Casio Edifice feels like a sort of dressed down Friday watch to me. It's smart enough to be worn sort of in the office, but casual enough to be worn with a t-shirt. Not too dressy, not too casual, something sort of nice in between. Like this particular
I
one.
totally agree, and that's why I bought it. This one, in particular, I think it's the only one that I have on a metal
Oh yes.
bracelet, because I was afraid of using metal bracelets. I don't think I'm not a
Yeah.
little bit cautious with them. I don't feel like that I like them very much.
Yes.
Um, but in this case, I actually enjoy wearing it in summer, and as you say, everywhere. It always seems to fit, any circumstance. And it's actually very nice watch, and the perfect size in this case for me. I think this fits perfectly on my wrist.
Yep.
Should be the same for you, because I think we have very similar wrist
Yes.
sizes.
You're like me. You like the smaller watches. It's not actually easy to get a Casio Edifice in a smaller size either. So this is quite a find. But the finishing is very, very good. And again, it has that splash of color on the second hand that I absolutely love,
Yeah,
especially
the
yellow.
detail that you love.
And it's just very well made. The crown as well. It's got crown guards, but a lot of watches that have crown guards are kind of difficult to grip.
To use,
This is not the case. And you take very good care of your watches because these are polished center links and they're perfect. And is that sapphire? I don't know if it is.
No, it's not.
Look at.
But it looks like.
It looks like, and plus the quality is very good. You can see through it. Sometimes with some of the, you know, budget watches, the sapphire, you get sapphire, but you don't get adequate anti-reflective. So it's kind of like you're looking at a mirror. Yeah, that's perfect. Yeah, I wanted to buy this one off you, I think. Remember? Or borrow it or something. Yeah, so that's brilliant. Oh, another watch is very, very interesting. This is one of the coolest watches in the collection.
Oh yeah.
This is the Nixon, all black. And this one surprised me because the first time I noticed this was in a surf shop in Portugal.
It's a surf watch. You're absolutely right. Yeah. That's the rerun, Nixon rerun.
Nixon rerun.
And the funny thing is that when I started to get more involved into watches, I started to see these Nixons. Some of them have really good, design, and this model in particular got my attention. I found it had like a little bit of Blade Runner thing about it.
Yeah.
And
100%.
My favorite choice would be the gunmetal finish, which I think it's amazing. But it's very difficult to get, and it's when you get it, it's still very expensive. This one I got with a huge discount. I don't even know how I got it. Got it very, very cheap price. and I don't regret it at all. Just today I was wearing it. It's very summery. It's warm outside. It feels great on the wrist, and you just feel cool with it.
Eh,
That's the reality.
that's what it's all about. It's got a very similar bracelet to my SSK 059, except it's a real 5 link bracelet, and the blacked out dial is really really cool. Um, what was really cool about this is that I only seen it in a surf shop. I've never seen them in a jeweler shop. I've never seen them. You won't see them anywhere. The only time I see this a Nixon watch is in a
Yeah,
surf shop.
yeah. I think they are getting harder and harder to get. I think at least the ones with different finishes. There is a copper finish as well, which is lovely. But again, the gunmetal, copper, and then probably in third place would go the black as my favorites. And then there are other finishes as well. But I love this one. I
Yeah,
just love this one.
and I think that these originate from California. I actually bumped into a guy from California in a cafe nearby, and he was wearing
Mm.
a Nixon watch,
Mm.
and I was talking to him about it, and he told me he had a collection of 200.
Nixon watches.
200. Now, so that means that there has to be 200 different types of Nixon watches. Again,
Oh
so
no,
again, like,
yes. If you
yes,
start looking into it, just like it never ends. It's
yeah,
crazy.
a bonus pit, just like just like our Fashkoff here.
Yeah, but this one with hexagonal shape, again,
It's a cool watch.
it's very cool,
Again,
and it fits small size wrists as well
yeah,
perfectly.
and it's got a very short lug to lug, and what I like about it is the symmetry. It's kind of like the lug to lug is nearly the same as the width of the watch,
Mm.
but it doesn't look square. It's more rectangle. So this is the watch I think that started it for me. I saw you wearing this watch, and I was like, "Oh, that's beautiful." So you got me addicted to
Without even knowing.
without even knowing.
Yeah, Tissot, um, and it's the Couturier,
Yeah.
um, and it's lovely. What I got really, really interested in this watch mainly because of the dial. It's very well balanced. Is symmetrical.
Yes.
It's a black dial, which is I kind of lean on to black dials as well. The only thing that I didn't know when I bought it, because I bought it online, was the actual size. And when I wear it, I still feel it's a little bit big for me,
Yeah.
but still, I really like to wear it, and it's lovely. Even at the back, you can
Yes.
see the mechanism. Um, it's a Powermatic as well, has a huge power reserve on it, so you can it lasts
The weekend.
theoretically 72 hours, I think, but it doesn't. But it doesn't matter. It lasts the weekend. It lasts the weekend. And yeah, I'm happy that you got addicted because of me and because of that particular watch, because it means that you also have good taste.
Well, that's true. But you know yourself as a
Mm.
a watch collector, you get a new watch and you expect everyone to stop you on the street and ask you,
Well,
woo or
I
compliment your
don't I
watch.
don't even know if you mentioned when you saw the watch when I was wearing it, but
Mm. What's beautiful as well is that I love the strap has the orange stitching, which complements the minute track, which is also on orange.
correct.
Uh,
Yeah.
yeah, and it's just it is a beautiful thing. I like the buttons are nice and simple as well, but they look simple, but they're actually quite complicated. They reflect the light in all sorts of different ways, and the symmetry is beautiful. Yeah, the day on top and the date on the bottom. I love seeing a watch with symmetry. Sometimes you see a watch and like you see a date at 3 o'clock and you go, you know what, it would look beautiful at 6 o'clock. Just to give it that symmetry.
Yeah. The funny thing about this watch also is that I love the watch. I used to wear it every single day to the office and all of that. And then suddenly my wife gets interested in it, and my lovely wife starts to wear it every day as well.
Really.
Yeah. And you would say it's a man's watch. Well, not really. I think it's not particular to be a man's watch. She loves it. She wears it many times as well, and she enjoys wearing it. So it's a shared watch nowadays. Totally shared watch.
Well, that's beautiful. I mean, why not share love? And I think being able to share something like that is what I really like it as well. I'm going to show it close up of it is. is the
Mm.
side view of the case. It has
Mm.
this beautiful kind of
Yeah,
leaf pattern there as well. That's
the
not
way it has been cut as well.
it's been cut, it's brushed on the where it's been cut, and it's polished on the outside. And it's just, I mean, the watch is finished to a very high level, and you can just see that. I mean, compared to some of my Seikos,
Yeah.
you know, it's just a little touch above.
And what you said about the bracelet, it's actually true, you know. Some watches you buy and then you change the bracelet for something else. This would I wouldn't change the bracelet in
It's
any time, you
it's
know.
perfect as is.
It's perfect as it is.
Yeah, and that's the thing as well. That bracelet actually fits right up against the case, nice and snugly as well.
Mm.
You know, the lugs here on my watch, the Timex, you know, it's they're not designed to fit snugly up against it. The lugs stick out, and you've got your spring bar, and then the your strap goes on top of that. But here, this is it's made specifically for the watch, and you can see it. I think that really kind of adds like a beautiful continuity as well, adds to the symmetry as well,
Mm.
because you got the black watch almost running into there's no separation, you know, there isn't a gap, you know
Mm.
what I mean? So
Yep.
it's right the way through. That's absolutely beautiful. I think the next watch that we're going to talk about is a watch that should be in everybody's collection. Uh,
Hmm.
uh
Really?
yeah, I
Which
think
one?
so.
Oh, okay, yeah. I know what you mean. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
The Casio
I
G
totally
Shock.
agree. Totally agree.
This is a beautiful watch as well, and I'm so jealous of this. I think we're talking earlier off camera, and I was saying that I bought a Seiko dive watch, and I regret it. Sight unseen, bought it, you know, second hand, vintage watch, 24 years old, and I bought it as a beta watch. I mean, a vintage watch. Yeah, I know.
Mm.
So I'm thinking I don't even have to get a Casio G-Shock. I could just get any Casio
Yeah,
digital watch.
yeah. It's a beater, as you say, but I'm
Beautiful.
extremely careful with it, you know. I don't throw it, you know, to see if the car is going to break it or anything like that. You know, I take it to swim and I enjoy it. And it's one of those watches that's like perfect because you don't need to worry about anything. It's a solar, so it self charges. It probably is gonna last the 10 years. That's what they usually say. I believe it will probably last longer than that. And I always loved the shape of
Yes,
these G-Shocks.
yes,
This model, yeah, has the particularity of being solar and all of that, and it's it's the right size. Even though it's a big watch, it's actually the right size for me.
yeah.
I wouldn't change the size at all. Yeah, and it's good, you know, for a vacation as well. If you go, you know, to the beach, you don't need to worry about anything. Um, Look, I was looking into buy a G-Shock. I wasn't sure. I was looking into those hexagon shaped
Yeah,
ones as well. But at the end of the day, I ended up buying this one, and mainly because, you know, also the digital
yeah,
look of it reminds me a little bit of my young years
yes.
when these type of watches were really common as well, and just to see the dial as it is, it's actually a pleasure.
It's iconic. I mean, it reminds me of my childhood as well. And I don't know what it is about the aesthetics of this watch that's just so appealing. You know, there's a lot going on, um, but yet it's very easy to read the time, and all the information is there. The day and the date is very accessible. You've got the backlight as well, and it's just it just has a kind of a cool it factor that I can't put my finger on.
Yeah, there's a lot going on, and at the same time, it's extremely simple.
Yeah.
You know, as you say, it's very easy to read. It's easy to use. You don't have to bother with anything.
Mm.
You don't need to wind it. You know, you almost don't need to replace the battery. It's just like, you know,
Every decade,
yeah.
which is fine.
But that doesn't mean that it shouldn't be take care with, you know,
Yeah.
with care.
But I think the whole reason G-Shock was like, I think it was like there's 10 meters, it would fall, 10 meters, it could fall from 10 meters.
Mm.
It had at least 10 meters, 10 bar of pressure, and that it would last 10 years. I think that was the
The 10, the
yeah, the
10.
three tens. but I think this one has 200 meters. And the next watch I think is really, really cool. This is a very special piece, actually. The Tudor, and I love Tudor as a brand because it's a beautiful watch, but it's obviously the sister brand of Rolex, but it's not pretentious.
Well, I agree with you. And it's not only this particular model. I guess most of their models are very like you're describing. So this was a surprise for me. I didn't buy it. It was offered to me. My wife, uh, my very generous and lovely wife. When I turned 50 years old, she brought me a watch.
Yes,
And funny thing is, this wasn't the watch. The watch that she chose for me was a very dressy watch, the kind of that you only wear if you have a suit on, you know. It was a Frederic Constant watch, and I loved the watch, but at the same time, I felt I will never use this watch. It will
yes,
be in a box somewhere hidden, and I will never have the pleasure of wearing it because it doesn't make any sense to wear it. So I ended up swapping that very same watch mm, for this one. And again, this one is much smaller than the Frederic Constant,
yes.
and I love the dial. It's so simple. And at the same time, it's so well made. The whole watch, you know, every detail is right. You know,
Mm,
I don't know. I never owned a Rolex. I probably will never own a Rolex, but it's what they say about Rolex as well. It's like every single detail seems to be, perfect. Everything seems to be looks to be perfect. And funny thing is that this is my day-to-day watch nowadays.
yeah,
Um,
it's worn. Yeah,
which people would argue, well, you could wear the Casio, or well, just gives me extreme pleasure to wear this one. Just feels nice. At the same time, feels nice, and sometimes doesn't feel that I'm wearing a watch at all.
yes. And that's the end of the video. I'd like to thank Ricardo for coming and showing his watch collection, and you for sticking with us to the end of the video. This has been The Pursuit of Meaning. Thank you and goodbye.